Well, ho 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 to you all. Welcome to another Advent video and welcome back to this beauty. It's not long ago since we first saw this unused Hoover Constellation, but many of you were left bereft and in tears when I couldn't switch her on. Now, two reasons why I couldn't switch her on at the time. She didn't have a plug fitted, and also she suffered the electrical equivalent of brewer's droop. Let me show you. It's the switch, you see, that's at fault here. She just can't maintain an upright position. Nothing happens, it's just floppy, and it doesn't click on or off as it should, as a proper switch should. So in this video I'm going to fit a plug. I won't show you fitting a plug. If you want to see how to fit a plug, if you don't know, I think I show you how to fit the plug when I did my Hoover Dustette unboxing, the brown Dustette, the plastic one. I think I fitted a plug in that video, so you can check back on that. So I'm going to fit a plug first. I thought about trying switching her on before I change the actual switch, but I'm not that brave. I think I'll change the switch first before switching her on. So I'll put the plug on off camera, then I'm going to open her up, but you will see me opening her up and see the motor, and I'm also going to hopefully replace the diffuser, which I'm sure has perished. I'll show you why in a minute. So I'm going to fit the plug off camera and then we'll open up this beauty and have a look at her insides. Well, here we have an aerial shot of the Constellation opened up with the filter off. Now, I do make apologies for this. I've just put this very modern see-through plug on for the time being. I will be sourcing, hopefully, something a little bit more appropriate for a girl of this age. Now, where is my screwdriver? It's behind me. I couldn't find my normal screwdriver, so I'm using an electric screwdriver. It's not really the best thing to use, but anyway, that's what I've got to hand. I don't know if it's in reverse. Oh, there we go. So we just have to undo 3 screws. Oops, press the wrong button. There we go. And it should just lift off. Yes. Let's take the screws out. There's the motor. Now, I've had the motor off, the cover off, just to look at the switch. Now, any of you who can tell me, I've never seen one that's painted. It's been roughly painted for some reason. So I really don't know why that's like that. I've never seen one like that before. It might be how it's supposed to be, I'm not sure. Anyway, here's the underside, if you want to look at the underside of the lid. So I'll pop that to one side, put the screws on the top. Now, I don't want to make a mess of my carpet because the diffuser, can we see it? I don't know if I'm showing you the correct angle. I'm up, here we are, this side. Now, this plastic thing here has, well, it does come off and it has a diffuser in, and I put my finger in it. Can you see? It's left a hole. I'll show you again. That should be spongy, but that is just going to completely disintegrate when the machine's turned on. So I've managed, I think I've got something that will do in its place. You could take that off. In fact, I've had cleaners in the past, Constellations in the past, where I've had a similar situation with the diffuser and I've just used it without the diffuser. I've still put this plastic piece on. It meant it floated a little bit better, but of course there'd be any carbon dust from the motor would have been coming straight out. So, as far as I know, they just lift off the motors. So there we go. There's the motor. Now, maybe this isn't quite so, I don't know. Perhaps, I think they used to test the motors in the factory, but look, that isn't shiny bright. That has got some wear to it. So I'm not really sure. I mean, it is pristine inside. There's no dust inside here. So I'm not really sure about that. From what I can see of the carbon brushes, they look okay. Oh, and on the other side, if we can turn the motor on its other side there, we can see that metal cylindrical object is the suppressor, and I believe that if they go on a Constellation, you know about it. I'm leaving it in, so let's hope it's going to be alright. First thing I'm going to do before I attempt at replacing the switch is I'm going to remove this part. Now I'm going to need to get another screwdriver. I might have one in my drawer. Excuse me, I didn't realise it would be attached in that manner. Oh, well, that's not very good. There's a little metal tab on that needs to be bent upwards. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. You can't. Can you see there, a little tiny metal tab? Now that is holding this diffuser guard thing, holder. Ah, there we go, onto the machine, and I need to take this off as carefully as I can in order to dispose of that diffuser, because I've found in the past that stuff, for some reason, marks the carpet. It will probably come off with a carpet washer, but I don't really want to have to go to that trouble. Right, there we go. Oops, it's already coming to bits. I've got a vacuum to hand, so I'll use that to get those bits. So that is the completely perished. Look at that. That's what time does to this sort of material. That should just bounce back like a sponge. It shouldn't go like that. So I'm going to get rid of that, vacuum up the little bits, and replace the diffuser with a modern sponge that I found, which I'm hoping, a sponge diffuser, I'm hoping will fit in this holder. This is what I've got to hopefully replace. Obviously it's going to need to be cut. Oh, wow, wow. That is amazing. It's almost as if it was made for it. Obviously it's far too long, but the width of it fits perfectly. So out of that I could get a few of those. Right, I'll tell you where I got this from. It's a bit naughty. Don't tell anyone. If you remember that goblin, the black and lime goblin cleaner that I demoed and unboxed, well, it was faulty when I unboxed it. The automatic flex rewind didn't stay in. No, it didn't stay out. So when I did the demo, I had to tie a knot in it so it would work. So I took it back and got my money back. I tried fixing it. I opened it up and I couldn't see a way of stopping it from happening. So this is the exhaust filter from that goblin. When I saw it, I thought, that looks like it'd be that size I need. So I took it, and returned the whole. I returned the cleaner, less that, but it'll be disposed of anyway. I returned everything else. So what I'm going to do, probably with a pair of scissors, just cut into this so that fits. Put that back, and then we'll see about fitting the new switch. So there's a new diffuser fitted, and it's doing what it should do when it's new. It's bouncing back, so that will probably last for the rest of the life of this cleaner, because this cleaner's hardly going to be used. So I'll just put this back where it went, make sure that the little metal tab goes through that hole, and then I'll fold it over, and then we'll see the switch is actually here on the other side, so it looks fairly easy to access. I've decided to leave the diffuser holder off because I've got better access to the switch. Now, it's a long time since I've worked on replacing a switch. I don't know if I'll be able to do it with my fingers. You really need, I really need a bigger screwdriver than this little one. Oh, but that's worked. So I've opened it, and let's just make sure that it goes in right. Hang on, before it all falls down. Right, so that's the way in it goes. I'm just going to put that to one side. And the floppy switch should just pull away. Now I want to keep that bit that's stuck on, isn't on the replacement switch. So really, well, I really need to get, I've got some glue up. Let's see if it's been glued. You just see that glue on there. I need to stick that back onto the replacement. Now I've got two. Now Sam Watson very kindly sent me, I don't know which one it is. I think it's this one. Now this one was taken from a old Constellation he had. Ah, there, it's got this issue, and I've had Constellations with this issue. It's okay, but when you turn it off, or it could be on, it doesn't quite click, and you have to go like this. Just move it slightly. Watch again. You see? So it doesn't click. Oh, it did that time. Oh, it is. Oh, it didn't that time, so you got to sort of press. Just move it slightly. Anyway, so that would work. But when I got this, I looked on eBay and found this. Now, this wasn't listed as a Hoover Constellation switch. This was listed as a Hoover Senior switch. And I thought, well, they look the same. And I thought it's typical of Hoover of the time to use the same switches. It's not a bad thing. It's just economical for them to use the same switch. And to my eyes, they are the same switch. This one was a new old part. So as you can see, it doesn't have the issue this does. So anyway, it's thanks to Sam for sending me this that I realised that this senior one was the same. So Sam, if you want this back at any point, I'll keep it for you, because I don't think I'll need another one. But that's a tip for you. Hoover Senior switch should fit a Constellation. Well, I'm hoping it will. They look the same. Right, so that's Sam's. So I'll put that to one side. It's this switch I need to fit, and I need to make sure, I'm not sure if it really matters, but I want to make sure that I fit the connectors to the same side as the original. So I need to pull down the extra insulation. No, well, they're both coloured red, as you can see, but I still want to make sure that the replacement goes in the same way, so there can be no problems. So I'll take off that side first. Sorry if you can't see what I'm doing. It's very hard to show you and do it. It's going to be tricky. I might have to just yank them, just jiggle them about a bit. I might need some help with this little screwdriver to push that connector down. Oop, no. Dear me. Oh, there we go. There we are. I've loosened that one. Don't really want to force it. I don't want to take them completely off yet. Well, the first one I can. Because I say I want to make sure. I'm sure people will say, well, it won't matter which side you put them in, but just in case. Just in case. So I'll put the new switch in that way. I'm already getting a little bit nervous about switching this on. One, because I don't want it blowing up. And two, well, because I spent a fair bit of money on it and I'd like it to work. I want it to work because it looks good. But if it doesn't work, well, I've got a very nice looking vacuum, but it's no function apart from looking nice. But then there's people in this world like that. They have no function but look nice, eh? But we want a vacuum to function. Right. Now, that is the new switch. Let's move my fingers out of the way. That's the new switch fitted, and I can pull back the insulation. So we had this extra bit of insulation, plastic sheath around. It might, I don't think the glue will survive. It will, no. It probably will hold in place, but just for my peace of mind, I'm just going to put a dab of glue on this and then put it around the switch. Okie dokie, surprisingly I managed to find some Yoo-hoo left over from the Nativity that was in a drawer. Now, if you know where that's from, that's saying, I had some Yoo-hoo left over from the Nativity. Comment below and you win a prize. Well, you don't win anything, but you win my respect. Right, so I put some Yoo-hoo on there. I mean, I've only just done it, but I'm eager and anxious to get this cleaner. So now it's the tricky bit. Well, I've always had trouble. making sure I get these clips in right. So I'll just position them either side of the opening and then push the switch through the gap and bring them together, and hopefully, and obviously the glue will set now. Now that's not in right, but let me just check. Just check the switch on the outside, looks alright. Yes. Oh, and it's working well. It's not clipped together. Oh, I've just noticed. Oh, but that must be like that. Just noticed something. Can we see? Oh, hang on. Oh no, look. Oh, I hope that comes off. Just noticed. Never seen that before. There's a tiny little cutout here. What's that about? Oh, must be there. It's not damaged. Right, I'm still holding this clip to try and clip this switch into place. Right, I managed to do that. I had to do it off camera. It was a lot of puffing and panting. You have to really squeeze that hard until it clicks in place. And I vacuumed up that mess, but can you see, as I knew it would, it's left a stain. I think I'll get my Duo P SIBO powder. I think it'll come off. Right, so the switch is in position. Next, I'll just pop the diffuser with the new sponge insert back in position. That's it, that's on. And I don't know if I can do it with my finger. It's a bit tricky. I've just noticed a bit of diffuser at the bottom I need to vacuum out. That's it. There we go, so that's back in place. And I just need to vac out some bit of muck. On the constellations I've looked at in the past and done things with, this was see-through, this black piece. It's obviously needed for insulation. It's all metal, you see, and metal is a very good conductor of electricity. So having an all-metal vacuum, you need to have certain insulation around to stop the whole thing becoming live and a death trap. Now, it's shaped, specifically shaped. Can we see before I put this? You might not get a chance to see again. See that red section there? Well, that corresponds. It's a sort of a teardrop shape, isn't it? Well, it's hard for me to show you the whole underside. Oh, there we go. Corresponds with that shape there. So that way you know you're putting the motor in the correct position. So that's the motor in. The other side here, this is where the flex comes in. It all looks okay. I'm just a bit concerned about this paint. That's sort of stuck on. I don't know if it's the paint actually that's made that stick, the seal. But switch is on, the diffuser's been replaced, everything's where it should be. Just got to put the cover back on now. Okay, so I'll just locate it. You can see the way it goes because there's a little cutout here which corresponds with the hinge. And obviously you need to put it where the bag support tubey collar thing is. So that's it. I've lined up the holes. I'll just pop the screws in. Well, I hope this works, folks. I'm a bit dubious about that motor looking like it's had some wear, but not much. I think it could be from the factory, you know, if they tested them. I think they did used to run them. Right, I've tightened everything by hand just to make sure I've not cross-threaded anything. It's not really ideal to use an electric screwdriver, but I'll be careful. Just not tighten all the way yet. Just a few turns each way, just to even it out. There we go, nearly. It's hard to get a feel with an electric screwdriver. I think that's fine. You don't, you know, you really need to. These are great for doing a lot of screwing and unscrewing. If you're making flat pack furniture and things, saves you an awful lot of blisters. But when you're doing things like this, better to use a manual screwdriver, I think. Right, it's all on okay. Let's try and get this filter. And as I said in my earlier video, I was going to get some pattern filters before I do a demo. I will be demoing this, fingers crossed. If you see this working and floating by the end of this video, you will see me doing a demo of it next year. Right. Oh, I always have trouble. Oops. Oh. Just got distracted. Something's come through my letterbox, which is unusual for a Sunday, but I have a feeling I know what it is. And it is vacuum related, and that's hoping it's either that. Actually, I'll have a look. Hang on. Oh dear, sorry about this, folks. Oh, it isn't. It's probably some menu for some pizza restaurant or curry house. No, I ordered some bits from Amazon, yes, that came yesterday. Some bags, some belts. I ordered some belts and bags for Hoover Junior. The belts were okay, but the Hoover Junior bags, for some reason, Amazon, H1 bags I ordered, Amazon sent me a single Hoover belt. I don't even know what model it fits, but it wasn't for a junior. Anyway, I filled out a form online, complained, and much to my surprise, they just ordered a new set of bags, which I'm hoping they have done, and it's the right ones, and they said I don't have to send them back the belts. So I was a bit disappointed initially. Right, now then, the time has nearly come. I'm not going to use this because I haven't put the bag clip on. Sam did send me one and some bags, but I'm not actually going to be doing the demo, so it won't matter for this. It's just to see if the thing... Why is that not closing? What have I done? Right. There we go. Now, folks, here comes the time that I've been putting off. I've been putting off this moment. I'm going to plug her in. Now, I can't remember, but I think up is on and down is off. I think I seem to remember going like that to turn the machine on. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Anyway, I think it's in the on position, so I'm going to take the plug it in, switch it on at the socket at a safe distance, and let's see if this old girl comes to life. Okay, folks, she's plugged into the wall. I haven't flicked the switch on the wall socket. I'm going to go and do that now. I've moved Daisy. She was asleep in the living room. I don't know if it's... Come on. Please let it work. Dear Lord, dear baby Jesus. Right, I'm going to sit on my footstool. Oh, heck. Right, I'm going for it. Right, nothing happened. What an anticlimax. I'm hoping nothing happened because it's in the off position. Now, I have let me just check I've turned it off at the wall. Yes, because I don't want it turning on while I've got it in my hand. Even doing that now, I know it's not going to come on, but... Right. I hope it's going to work now, otherwise... Everything looks fine inside, I'm sure. The likes of Sam, who knows about the insides of vacuums better than I do. It looked alright. Oh, dearie me. Well, oh, she's working. I don't know if that's how she's supposed to sound, but she was moving on her own, wasn't she? I'm still not brave enough to turn her on from the machine, but I'm going to turn her on again and just let her run for a little bit longer, but so far so good. Okay, then I'm going to switch her on for a second time. Let's hope the first time wasn't a fluke. I'm safe. Thank you. She's certainly floating better than I expected, but I've never had a brand new constellation, so I wouldn't know. She doesn't float as well as the Maytag satellite or the later relaunched Hoover Constellation, but there's a dignity about this old girl that the newcomer didn't have. Well, phew. I'll try once it out. I'm brave enough now. I'm touching her. Well, it's a Christmas miracle. She works fine and dandy. Really pleased. I thought that was going to turn to bitter disappointment, but the gods were smiling on me. The baby Jesus, whose birthday we're about to celebrate, was smiling on me also. And this lovely, ooh, I could just eat her up, Hoover Constellation purrs like a kitten. Thanks for watching and sharing in me bringing this cleaner back to life. You will see her again in 2017, where she will be sullied with some dirt. Never mind. We've all got to have some dirt sometime, and you are a vacuum cleaner. You are meant to have dirt in you. Well, I've just noticed your bag's not in. That's why it wasn't closing properly. The bag wasn't positioned. Oh, it's just popped out. You see, it's an imitation. Oh no, it's a genuine bag. I was going to say it's an imitation one. It's not. There's some reason why. I'll look into it a bit closer. There's some reason why it doesn't seem to be latching on in the manner I expect. But anyway, fantastic. So glad she works. I was glad to get her. Even if she didn't work, I would still have been pleased. But the fact she works, that's the icing on the Christmas cake, isn't it? So thanks for watching this video. Another one coming up tomorrow. So until then, I'll see you soon. Bye for now.